Well, hi there. This is the strange one. First time I've been here, and I am awed by the multitude of people that I say I'm related to. It's a grand group. It's an honor to be part of this group, even though I am kind of a shoestring relative, because my dad, Willis, was not the son of Frank Bertram. He was Bertha's son, but Frank took him in, called him his own, and so we've always been Bertrams all this time. When I talked to Dale earlier, or emailed actually, I should say, I asked for clarification on this bio. I said, is this supposed to be about my dad, or is this supposed to be about me? And he says, well, it's supposed to be about you. So I thought, okay, what am I going to say? And I thought, you know what? I've got a horsey theme going on in my life. Because one of the things I thought of last year was, I better quit horsing around and get my butt to a reunion before I get too old. Because I turned 65 this year. So it's about time. I have a love for horses. It started because of my parents. They both had horses, rode in riding clubs and rodeos and parades and all that kind of stuff. I learned to ride early, fell off early. When I was about 2 1/2, I was riding in front of the house all by myself, and my dad was watching from a little ways away, and I fell off and rolled under the horse. The horse stepped on me. But he didn't put his weight on the foot. He hopped as soon as he touched me. With his hind quarters, he hopped on the other foot so that he wouldn't squash me. And I thought, well, when it comes to horses, I'm kind of blessed. But I wasn't so blessed when I got to be 13, and my parents bought me a quarter horse of my own, which I trained and had a great time and all, until one evening when there was a storm blowing up. The horse was a little frisky, and I was right behind him, and he just whirled around being kind of ornery. He wasn't being mean or malicious. He just kicked out with a hind foot, and he caught me right in the belly. And my intestine burst. I almost died, but not quite. I made it through. Went on to high school, did my dad proud because he didn't make it through 8th grade. I finished at the top of my class and went on to college. Disappointed my parents. They thought I was going to marry a farmer. They hung on to an extra farm that they could give me when I married a farmer. And I said, I'm not doing that. I've seen how hard you guys work. So I became a teacher. I used to tell my students my stories about horses and growing up on the farm and everything. And one of the funniest moments that I can ever remember teaching was when I told them the story in graphic detail about being kicked by the horse, having the surgery, being delirious after the surgery, all that kind of stuff. And one time this class was absolutely silent, rapt attention. And all of a sudden a boy in the back raised his hand and said, "Did you make it?" Oh gosh. Anyway, I have continued my love of horses, my love of farm country. I absolutely adore driving through South Dakota from Sioux Falls when I fly in and get a car and drive over here, because I love driving through farm country and seeing the farms and all. I just didn't want to work on one. And this year, I made a couple of trips back here and enjoyed them. And then just last month, I took a big trip that took me to 19 states and Washington, D.C., and was prompted by me wanting to attend the Breeders' Cup horse races in Lexington, Kentucky.
Oh my God.
I've been to the Kentucky Derby once, but I've never been to the Breeders' Cup, and I got to go this year, and I got to see American Pharoah, winner of the Triple Crown, also win the classic race, which they call now the Grand Slam, the Triple Crown plus the classic, which no horse has ever done. So I was there when history was made, and I really enjoyed that. And now it's time to quit, because I don't want to make a horse's rear end of myself.
Yay.